All right, all right. Well, this is strange. This is something new. I'm back, and I'm on the wrong day and the wrong time. But somebody got to do it, right? Somebody got to do it. What's happening to everybody that actually tunes in, or everybody that figured it out that I'm doing this on a very special day for me, my birthday. Now, this was not planned. This it wasn't planned. But let me go ahead and kill the music, and then we could get to doing what we do. So, what am I doing here? Oh man. Okay, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. That shows you. It shows you how long it's been since I've actually touched and did what I was supposed to do. But what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Onyx here, going full nerd, and I know I've been missing in action. I've been talking about, I'm gonna talk about the boys. Oh, I'm gonna talk about Stranger Things. Oh, I'm gonna talk about Obi-Wan. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about that. Blah 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 blah. And I've been missing in action. Well, let's talk a little bit, but we're gonna talk after we do the shameless plug. What's up, everybody? It's shameless plug time. So thanks for checking out the podcast, Going Full Nerd. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe everywhere possible. So look for Going Full Nerd on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, goingfullnerd.com, and my Twitter handle, ONYXXX1969. You can also listen to the audio version on its home, Anchor.fm, but also on Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you consume your podcast listening pleasure. Hey guys, let's get on with the show. And getting on with the show is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to keep y'all long because I'm going to be honest. I'm tired. And it's kind of still related to the reason I haven't been doing the show for the past couple of weeks. Things have been busy and I've been trying to do so many things. And honestly, my age is catching up to me. I mean, I there's pieces of me that hurt that I didn't know that they hurt so much. It's like, wow. I'm like, man, and I sit back and I'm like, I'm not out of shape because round is a shape. So it's like, man, I'm just tired. And just the world is crazy. Things are going out of whack everywhere. And I'm just trying to hold on to my little corner of the world and chill. You know what I mean? I think y'all know what I mean. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk about all sorts of other stuff because the news is depressing. And you could go one way, you could go this way, you could go that way, you could think about all sorts of stuff. It is what it is. But at least we're getting some decent entertainment. And when I say decent entertainment, we're getting some movies, we're getting some TV shows, and you get to hang out with me for a couple of minutes on my birthday. So what are we talking about? Well, what we're talking about is episodes 3 through 6 of Obi-Wan. If you have not seen my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2, which is where the dark side sister get her braid done, it is what it is. It's on the channel. You can go back and look for it. It is, do the thing. So here goes the thing. And this is what I'll go ahead and say is let's look at episodes 3 through 6. And what we're doing, we're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's get the thumbnail. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this actually, I said it in my initial review. I'll say it in a couple of other reviews. I am really not feeling a lot of these prequel sequels. And I call them prequel sequels because they're shows that fill in the gaps between stories what we already know are going to end up. But the Obi-Wan series, actually, it did a few good things. It cleared up a few things from the original 1976 Star Wars that I think is pretty good, that they kind of like, okay, all right, so he was telling the truth. It's not a story inconsistency. It's good. Okay, I got it. And then they did a little fan service. Things like, hello there. and all that other good stuff. But it also reframed a couple of characters in a different light for me. You know, it reframed Leia's character, because they had a young Leia in the show. It reframed the Skywalkers, Owen and Beru, Luke's aunt and uncle. It reframed them not so much as what I like to call, throwaway characters, which is what they really were in 1976 in Star Wars, the original joint. But it kind of reframed them as badass, and it kind of make me feel like, damn, they had such a short screen time in the OG Star Wars that, it was like, oh man, they should have been like, you know, can you imagine how many? If you've seen that, if you can imagine how many stormtroopers they would have took out when they got jacked up, So I mean, but that's neither here nor there because they weren't punks, you know. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But it reframed a few things, and I see you, Josh. You talk about your hate kid later. It's okay. It's okay. I but I could see how they kind of grew and where they put a couple of little things and they took not so much from the original movies, but they started taking from the other Disney owned property, Marvel Comics, and started adding stuff from the Marvel Comics canon, which now they say, not that extended, the stuff that we've been fiending and listening and watching and reading for years before Disney bought Star Wars. They did all of that. So I mean, I dig it. I dig it. But here goes the thing. A couple of things that they did right within Obi-Wan. Number one, I like portions of the flashbacks showing the relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Now, that would have been like awesome if we didn't have Clone Wars. It would have been awesome if we didn't have those animated series that showed their relationship. Okay. And I think the animated series was done very, very well. Now, it did kind of, in my opinion, weaken Vader. And the reason why I say it weakened Vader because he was consumed. It was like more of a revenge. We're talking, this was not the cold, calculating Darth Vader that was like the villain of the decade or the century back in 1976 when he was introduced in Star Wars A New Hope. This, it still had that childish prequel episodes 1, 2, and 3 Anakin feel to it. He was out more for revenge against Obi-Wan instead of some sort of you know, which is some sort of which was more of a childish move, in my opinion. To me it felt like he learned nothing. And then I look at, you know, it's like it's thing. Now I'm looking at the comments and Josh, I'm gonna agree with you. Reva was forced in. Now, you know, they did fix the inconsistency from episode 1 when they killed off the Grand Inquisitor. And they showed that, no, he's not really dead. You know what? I am going to sit here with Star Wars. I need a Bacta tank. I really need a Bacta tank. I'm going to tell you, I was putting some stuff together around the house this past weekend, doing some cleaning up, moving some furniture, doing things like that. Man, I could have used a Bacta tank. Is Bacta tank like, they used it in Boba Fett, to heal him up. They used it in, I think, Return of the Jedi when Luke got jacked up, or was it Empire Strikes Back? I think it was Empire Strikes Back when he got jacked up, if I remember right. But I'm going to sit back and say I need a Bacta tank. And a Bacta tank, really, to me, I think it's really like space Epsom salts. Because, you take up soak in Epsom salts and get the muscles loose and rub a little Asper cream and Bengay on the sore muscles. That's the Bacta tank, man. That's all it is. I mean, I'm just saying. But I'm really digging about, getting, you're making new characters, trying to have them fit in. It's cool. Um, Showing Vader against more Order 66 survivors kind of takes away, to me, from the whole thing. Because if all these Jedi's survived, you know, it kind of takes away from Luke being the last Jedi. I mean, we got these people showing up. Now, after this show is over, and spoilers, hey, it's all on Disney Plus. I waited a couple of weeks because I was sick. Hey, watch it. But here's my thing that I'm trying to figure out and I'm trying to get, and that is, where the hell is Reva after all this? I mean, she went hunting down, eye for an eye type stuff, but then Ben let her go. Where did she go? Where was she? Now, and the other part is where the hell is Ashoka during all this? Just saying. Then, I know Ashoka's an alien, keeps me, but Rosario Dawson ain't that old. I mean, Luke looked old at the end of the last 3 Star Wars, and Ashoka was running around in Mandalorian, which is after Return of the Jedi. Where's Ashoka? Where's Reva? Where's all these damn Jedis that survived? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, here go. It is a good bridge between the video game. The video game's good, And here's the thing. Yeah, plot armor is a thing. Yes, plot armor is a big thing. And Vader was strong as hell in this. I mean, he was, and Reva, they taking out spaceships with the Force. We didn't get that in the original trilogy. We got them throwing boxes around, hitting with boxes. I mean, my thing is I think we should have got a little bit more, and it still kind of opened up a lot of other questions because, Vader knew where Owen and Beru lived. He knew their name was Skywalker. His name was Skywalker, right? Just saying, you know, the Inquisitors, you go to Clone Wars and Rebels, you could get the fate of a lot of the Inquisitors and stuff. But, I think they really should leave like some of that past story alone. And what they should have done is just continue on. I know not a lot of people liked Rey. A lot of people didn't like the Kylo Ren, but let's get away from the Skywalker. Let's go to different things. Now, I hope that show Andor that they're getting ready to come out with, I hope that does a little bit better because it would be nice because a war doesn't revolve around one person. I don't think it should have. I don't think there's, I think there was other, like, baby Ice Cube showed up. Like, what's he going to do? Ice Cube's kid shows up, drive by, you know. And yes, it does make it hard to believe that he didn't realize that Luke was his kid the whole time. And that's, you know, that's something, you know, we got in what was it, in Empire? Luke, I am your, or whatever the famous line is, I am your father, you know, no, it's like, you can't be, whatever, man. But the thing is, I read a couple of articles online and they were talking about how they were, what's the best way to read this? They, you know, he should have sensed Force users. Like, I really don't see how he never sensed Leia had the Force, even though she wasn't actively using it. Um, but Luke did when it was like, I mean, I'm sorry. Did the Empire just get rid of all records? Like, it's like Vader not recognizing C3PO and R2D2. Like, where the hell were they at during this? That's what I want to know. Nobody gives a shit about Lola, the little droid they had. Where the hell was R2D2 during all this? That's what I. Who had R2? No, I am. Okay, got it. Got it. Hey, I fell into the trap with everybody else. I I am not going to sit here and say I'm a Star Wars fanatic. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a Trekkie. I'm going to say I enjoy all science fiction. But the inconsistencies drive me a little bit. But anyway, and Vader, yes, Vader was his prime in there. But you know what? That would be cool if they focused on the Knights of the Old Republic. If you're going to do something, go way back. Go with something that doesn't have a Skywalker link or a reference. Palpatine, here's the thing. What I'm finding out more and more by, looking at the internet and looking at a lot of things, Palpatine, he was a piece of work. He was a real piece of work. But the Sith had so many inconsistencies, and it makes me wonder if they weren't just doomed to fail no matter what. If you get my drift. There was nothing there's nothing in any of the movies that made me say the Sith were competent. If you think about it. Yeah, they got the Empire up and all that stuff, but that was just kind of brute force and using basically the Inquisitors and technology, from the trade, the droids that they have from the original, from the prequels. Then you had your stormtroopers, remnants of the clones. It's just so much, and basically they used fear to move forward. I mean, it is what it is. And Palpatine's Anakin's dad through the Force. I don't think that was it. Really, if they did, it was it. You know, now the Star Killer from the games was a B, but I don't know if they're going to actually embrace that. They used a lot of elements from the game in it, but I don't know. But anyway, let's talk Let's talk Obi-Wan. Let's talk it. No. Minus the inconsistencies and the ability to clear up a couple of minor plot inconsistencies from the original Star Wars film, Obi-Wan did what it did. And I'm not going to sit here and say it was bad, but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I was thoroughly enjoying this. This was the greatest series of all. The best Star Wars Disney show, honestly, was the first season of Mandalorian. The best Star Wars movie, honestly, to me, was Rogue One. Okay, followed by the original trilogy. And that's because I'm being a little bit nostalgic. All the other ones they could have pretty much kept. Um, Here goes the thing. You can have Star Wars without the Skywalker. You could do a whole lot of stuff. They really dropped the ball with the character Finn. I really wish they could have kept him. You know, hopefully they'll do well with Rosario Dawson and Ashoka, and I hope that Andor is pretty good. Animated shows, I like Bad Batch. I did a review of Bad Batch when it first came out. I really need to go finish watching those. Um, you know, I don't think that Palpatine really. I mean, I got to go back and look at stuff and dig deep, but I really don't think that Palpatine. Palpatine. uh, I mean, I would like to see a young Palpatine learning what he learned. You know, show me that before we get into any of the story we know. So it is, and a badass war. Yeah, I mean, go back to the Knights of the Old Republic, see that, or have it move forward. Have a new Sith show up. You know, do something right with Rey. Make Finn force sensitive, which really gave it to him, and have that new generation of Jedi's coming in. Have those Guardians with the yellow lightsabers pop up. Am I getting too deep? I think I'm getting too deep. This is anyway. I'm going to agree with you guys. What would I give Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan gets a solid 3 out of 5. It's an okay show, not too bad. You get a little fan service, but here goes the thing. If Disney, and now I'm a shareholder, so I'm not going to dog Disney out too bad because I need them. I need the stock to go up. Lost some money, losing a little money right now. Stock went down. It is what it is. But what I am going to say about this is please don't do an Obi-Wan season 2. That's going to be my opinion. If you're going to do something, please create some original stories, show some other sides of the rebellion, show some things with other, you know, Jedis or force sensitive people that escaped Order 66, show some other things that was going on. I know it wasn't just Leia fighting the whole thing. Let's go back. Find Ice Cube's kid. Let's get some space drive-bys. JWA, Jedis with attitude. Something like that. But that's just me. That's just me. So we'll see what comes along. We'll see what happens in the future. And I'm going to go back to enjoying some more adultish stuff. I got to go ahead and record the first part because we're getting ready to get the next part of Stranger Things. So I'm going to record a couple of videos, post some. The next few weekends are going to be crazy for me. So we may end up getting a couple of more Monday night shows. So tell your friends. But other than that, I'm going to go in here, eat some dinner. I got a nice cheesecake for my birthday today, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day before I got to go to work tomorrow. And hopefully I feel a lot better. I mean, I had a sinus infection. It's crazy. I know I'm just rambling on right now, but hey, I missed you guys. I like talking. I just thought of myself. Fully geeking out. You messed me up. I looked up. I was going to say talking, and I saw you say Finn was the token black guy. Come on, man. Let's work with me. But anyway, can't wait to see what they do with a Lando series. Because Lando, Billy D. Williams was the OG token black guy. But anyway, we'll let that go. Anyway, as always, I'm glad to see each and every one of you. But this is what I'm going to say. If you can't say, with everything going on in the news, people looking left and right with all sorts of crazy stuff, what I am going to say is this. If you can't say something nice to somebody, don't say it at all. Look for a brand new rebranding on the podcast. The YouTube channel is still going to be just like this, but I am going to be recording a little more controversial stuff on the podcast, which goes on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you enjoy your podcast listening, Pandora, Spotify, and all that good stuff. And we'll see how that goes. But it's not going to be an exact mirror of this. You're going to get a little more of Onyx Uncensored on those. So stay tuned, see how that goes. But anyway, as always, can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. And peace, y'all. I'm out of here. Let's get this funky outro music and enjoy. Still fly, y'all. Thanks for the happy birthday. Hey, thanks for the happy birthday, guys. Hey, man, I'm trying to make the age look good on this. I'm trying my best. But, the aches, the pains is like, But I'm going to go in here and have some cake and some dinner. And I'm going to wish all of y'all a great day. Enjoy. We got 4th of July. We had Juneteenth pass. Yo, it's getting crazy out here. Be safe. See y'all soon. And if you made it this far and you have not already subscribed, right here, if you're watching this as a recording and you made it to the end of it and you listen to everything I say, click the subscribe button, join up. We love to have you. Memberships are available. Super chats are always there. Leave a token of your appreciation, and we're out. Later.